Hello Dorothy, it's Nonna. So I've got a story for you today that Mummy used to really like, Bramble to the Rescue. So you can enjoy it together, can't you? Very wintry story. Look at all that snow. It was a very cold winter and everywhere there was deep snow. Bramble was bored with being shut up in the stable. The Warren children from the farm were off to see their neighbour, Mr. Hopper. "We can't go to town to meet Granny and Grandpa because of the snow," they told him gloomily. "And no Christmas shopping either." "It's a pity Charlie's lame," thought Mr. Hopper. "It's Charlie, look, he's got a poorly foot." Mr. Hopper didn't say anything, but all evening he was busy sawing and banging and measuring. Next morning he had a surprise waiting for everyone in the farmyard. "All aboard," he said. "Bramble can get you to town and back." Mrs. Warren packed up some sandwiches and the children collected hay for Bramble. Then they all waved goodbye and set off, Mr. Hopper leading Bramble and the children running on ahead. It was a beautiful morning. Bramble was delighted to be outside again. Her thick winter coat kept her warm. They passed several broken down cars and a stranded snowplough, then down one more hill, and there was the town. Bramble waited patiently whilst they bought the turkey, and the children promised not to look when they reached the next shop. Bramble liked the vegetable shop best, easily eating all the vegetables. Then the train arrived, and so did Granny and Grandpa. "Home by tea time," cried Mrs. Warren, and they set off at a good pace. Then one of the runners on the sledge snapped. They had to unload all the shopping and the luggage and Granny and Grandpa. Luckily, Mr. Hopper had bought a hammer and nails, and while he was mending the sledge, they ate the last of Mrs. Warren's sandwiches, and Bramble finished her hay. They made a fire, to keep nice and warm. By the time they set off again, it was dark. The moon came up, but soon it began to snow. They were all cold now, and Mr. Hopper lit his lantern. Everything was a confusing swirl of snowflakes, and with a sinking heart, Mr. Hopper realised he was lost. But Bramble knew the way home. She kept going steadily until they saw the lights of the farmhouse. Mr. Warren had been very anxious. As a thank you, he invited Mr. Hopper over for Christmas dinner. But it was Bramble who deserved a reward, so the children gave her and Charlie a very special Christmas treat of their own. Look at all those carrots and cabbages. Lucky Bramble. And there's all the snow around the farmyard. There we go. I hope you and Mummy enjoy that one. Bye for now, Dorothy.